Hello everyone. Today in this lecture we will study introduction to sensors, and in this lecture we will study need for sensor, why there is need for sensors, sensor and transducers, comparison between sensor and transducers. Then we will study direct and complex sensor definitions. So let's start. First, what is need for sensors? As you know, sensors are omnipresent. They are embedded in our bodies, automobiles, airplanes, cellular, telephones, radios, chemical plants, industrial plants, and countless other applications. So, sensors are present everywhere. They are embedded in our bodies. Our eyes are vision sensors, our skin is sensor for hotness or coldness, and you also have seen that automobiles and airplanes and other application also uses many different types of transducers or sensors. So there is a difference between transducer and sensors. We will study it later. So without the use of sensors, there would be no automation. Automation is only possible if we have sensors. So another requirement for sensor is measurement purpose, because measurement is an important subsystem of a mechatronic system. We are taking here an application of sensor in the mechatronics. Mechatronics is the branch that deals with mechanical and as well as electronic system or circuits. So measurement is an important part of mechatronic system. The main function of transducer is to collect information on system status, whether the system is behaving good or not, or there is some error present at some point in the system, and then to feed it in the microprocessors for controlling the whole system. Suppose one part of system is not working well, so sensor senses that part and or that changes, and it will feed that information to microprocessor so that it will control the whole system. Measurement system comprise of sensors, transducers and signal processing devices. So measurement system uh, does not work alone. It must have some sensors, transducers and signal processing devices. For a mechatronics system designer, it is quite difficult to choose suitable sensor or transducer for the desired applications. So he may choose the sensors according to specific application or according to specific characteristics for the sensors. It is therefore essential to learn the principle of working of commonly used sensor and transducers. So we must know the principle of working of sensors, how sensor work, what are different type of sensors, and how what is the physical principle that we will use in the sensing purpose. So it is an important part of measurement system, sensor. Sensor in manufacturing are basically employed to automatically carry out the production operations as well as process monitoring activities. So nowadays sensors are widely used in the manufacturing plants. They will carry out automatically operations, and they will use to process the monitoring activities. So sensor technology has the following important advantage in transforming a conventional manufacturing unit into a modern one. So first advantage is sensor alarm the system operator about the failure of any of the subunit of manufacturing system. Our manufacturing system is a big part, and if a subsystem will not working properly, or it is not working properly, then sensor alarm the operators so that It helps the operator to reduce the downtime of complete manufacturing system by carrying out the preventive measures, so that operator will carry out the some preventive measurement for the manufacturing system, so that whole system would not fall. Second advantage is reduces the requirement of skilled and experienced laborers. So this is the another advantage, that by sensor technology, if you are using some sensors, then you will not require the skilled or experienced laborers, because sensor senses the changes and it will alarm the operator. And the third advantage is ultra precision in product quality can be achieved only by the use of sensors. So these are the advantage of sensor technology in the manufacturing unit. Now we will study some general statement about the sensors. Sensor and actuators are common. We will find, as we said, that sensors are omnipresent, so sensor and actuators are commonly present everywhere, and these are usually integrated in a system, never alone. Sensor will not work alone. It is always a part of some system. So you will not find any sensor working standalone. Third, a system of any complexity cannot be designed without them. You cannot design any system without them. And sensors are very difficult to classify. There are many classification for sensors, so they are very difficult to classify. Definition and terms are confusing sometimes. We will see it later, how the definition and terms are confusing in the sensor technology part. Now we will see the comparison between intelligent machine and the human body structure. So this is the comparison between a computer or a machine, intelligent machine, and a human body structure. Our body has sensors. Our body has sensor like our eyes are sensors, skin is also a sensor, our tongue is also a sensor. So outside information is sensed by sense organs of the body, and these information is then processed by the brain, and then brain gives information to the body for reaction of that perceived information. See how the body will react according to processed information. Similarly, if we will compare this our body system, human body structure, with an intelligent machine, we have here a sensor. Sensor senses the outside information, and then computer will process that information, and finally the actuator will function according to processed information. Means uh, output of a computer will give some mechanical action. That mechanical action is done by the actuator according to the processed information. So this is the comparison between intelligent machine and the human body structure. Now we will study sensors. Definition. According to Instrument Society of America, sensor can be defined as: it is a device which provides a usable output in response to a specified measurement. So it is a device that will produces some usable output in response to a specified measurement. Means we will have some input, and it will provide some output that must be in usable form. Output is usually electrical quantity. So sensor output is usually an electrical quantity, and measurement is a physical quantity or property or condition which is to be measured. So we have a black box here which is known as sensor, and input to that sensor is a physical quantity, property or condition which we want to measure. It is also known as measurand, and the output of that sensor is always a electrical quantity. Example of sensor is a variable inductance displacement element. So how this variable inductance displacement element will work? The quantity being measured is here is displacement. So this sensor variable inductance displacement element or sensor, here we will measure displacement. So it is our measurand, and the sensor transforms an input of displacement. This displacement is sensed by the sensor, and that sensor transforms that displacement into change in inductance. So how a variable inductance displacement element work? Here the input is a displacement of any object, and that displacement is converted into displacement uh, or a change in the inductance, and that change in inductance is given to any other suitable output device. So this is the block diagram of sensor, a device which provides a usable output. This is the output signal in response to a specified measurement. The measurement can be physical quantity, any physical quantity, property or condition which we want to measure. So what are different physical quantity? We will see it in next PPTs. So a sensor acquire a physical quantity. It always acquires some physical quantity and convert it into a signal that is suitable for processing. In earlier example, the suitable signal for processing is change in inductance. These information can be in the form of optical, electrical or mechanical. Nowadays, common sensors convert measurement of a physical phenomena into an electrical signal. So nowadays, the definition of sensor is a device that convert physical changes into electrical signals. And active element of a sensor is known as transducer. So the active element of this sensor is the is named as transducer. The physical quantity or this measurement is any physical quantity. So what different physical quantity we can measure? It may be temperature, pressure, force, motion and displacement, humidity, light, flow, etc. So these quantity you cannot measure directly. So we can measure these quantity easily by the use of the sensor. These are some physical quantity, and these physical quantity are converted into electrical form by the sensor. So how what is the output of these sensors? It may be change in resistance or inductance or capacitance. So sensor will changes that into in resistance change, corresponding inductance change, corresponding capacitance change, and then these changes are further converted into voltage or current signal within a specified range by the sensor for measurement purpose. So we can measure different physical quantity using the sensors. These quantity cannot be determined directly, so the sensor are very useful for measurement of such type of quantities. Now we will see some examples of commonly used sensors. So first sensor is RTD. RTD is known as resistors temperature detectors. So here the input or measurement or measurement is temperature change. RTD will senses the temperature change, and it will convert that temperature change into corresponding resistance change. So this is the this is a type of temperature sensor, means temperature changes can be detected or sensed by the resistance temperature detector. Then we may have thermocouples. Thermocouple is also a type of temperature sensor. It also changes senses the change in temperature, but its output is in the form of voltage change. It will convert this temperature change directly into a voltage change. Next is sensor is piezoelectric sensor. It is a type of pressure sensor. So pressure is applied on some piezoelectric material, then piezoelectric material will produce some voltage uh, corresponding to that pressure, which is an equivalent to the pressure to be measured. Then we may have capacitive hygrometer or humidity sensor. These are also known as humidity sensors. These can be used in agriculture applications. So actually this uses some capacity principle for measurement purpose. So we will call it capacitive hygrometer. So it will senses humidity or moisture content, and then then it will produce corresponding output in the form of capacitance change. According to change in humidity, capacitance of the hygrometer will change, and then we will measure that capacitance change, which is equivalent to the change in humidity, or humidity level can be directly measured by the capacitance change. Then we may have ultrasonic flow meter. It is a type of flow sensor. So fluid flow or velocity can be measured using this ultrasonic flow meter. This ultrasonic flow meter will convert this senses this fluid flow or velocity and convert that into a frequency change. So these are some different type of sensor: RTD, temperature sensor, thermocouple, temperature sensor, piezoelectric sensor. It is a type of pressure sensor. Hygrometer, which is used for measurement of humidity. Flow sensor, which is used for measurement of fluid flow or velocities. Then there are different applications of sensors, like motion sensor are used in the home security system for sensing the human activities and the automation of door system. If some person is coming in the home, then it will open the door automatically. So as we said that without sensor automation is not possible. So this is one of the application that automation door system application by the use of sensor. We may have photo sensor senses the infrared or ultraviolet light. So this is another application. The third is the accelerometer sensor that is used in the mobile for detecting the screen rotation. Everyone is using mobile nowadays, and when we will change the position of mobile from horizontal to vertical, then it will automatically changes the screen rotation. So this is done by the accelerometer sensor that is used in the mobile phones. So these are different applications. Now we will study transducer, as transducer is also an important part of sensor. So we will see what is the difference between transducer and sensor, and these two terms are confusing somewhat. The transducer is a device that converts one form of energy to another form. So basically purpose of transducer is to convert one form of energy into another form. It have one form here, and it will convert it into second form here. So transducer basically consists of two blocks: sensor as well as signal conditioning element. And the process of energy conversion in the transducer is known as the transduction. Transduction, the definition of transduction is uh, the process of conversion of energy from one form to another form by the transducer. The transduction is completed into two steps. First by sensing the signal, then by strengthening it for further processing. It, sensor will sense the signal, and then signal conditioning or signal strengthening is done in the signal conditioning part. The transducer has two major components. They are the input device that senses the changes and signal conditioning or processing device. Second component is signal conditioning. The input device receives the measurement quantity and transfer the proportional analog signal to the conditioning device. Means input device is only used for sensing the measured quantity or measurement quantity, which is also known as stimuli or measurement, and then it is used for transfer the proportional analog signal into the conditioning device. The conditioning device modified, filtered or attenuates the signal which is easily acceptable by the output device. So sensor senses the information, converts one form of energy into another form, and then this uh, signal, corresponding analog signal, is given to the signal conditioning element. This signal conditioning element can be used for modifying the received signal. It can filter the received signal or attenuate the signal so that it is suitably accepted by the next unit or output devices. So there is a comparison chart. You can see the difference between sensor and the transducer. Definition of both are different. Sensor definition is it senses the physical changes occur in the surrounding and convert it into a readable quantity. So the trans while the transducer is a device which when actuates transforms the energy from one form to another form. So transducer's basic definition is it is a device that converts one form of energy into another form, but it will senses the physical changes in the environment and then convert that suitable that changes into a readable quantity. Component used in sensor, only sensor is used, while in transducer there may be sensor and signal conditioning devices are present. Function, so function of transducer is it will detect the changes or physical changes and induces the corresponding electrical signal. So main difference is here is it will induces the corresponding electrical signal, while transducer converts one form of energy into another form. Its function is only for conversion purpose or transduction. Examples of sensors are proximity sensors, magnetic sensor, accelerometer sensor, light sensors, while the transducer examples are thermistor, potentiometer, thermocouple, etc. So sensor and transducer terms are confusing. In USA, sensor is same as transducer, but in UK, sensor is only a component that is used for sensing the physical changes. So it is a sensitive element here only. While transducer is transducer that has both the capability of sensing as well as transduction. Transduction. In Japan, sensor is sensing element, transducer is transducer. In IEC, International Electrotechnical Commission, transducer is known as transducer, means which has both the part, while measuring transducer is only known as sensor here. So sensor it is a part of measuring transducer, primary element in International Electrotechnical Commission. So sensor is a part of transducer here. So final conclusion is the sensor and transducer both are physical devices used for measuring the physical quantities like temperature, displacement, heat, etc., which are difficult to measure. The only difference is here that sensors output is electrical signal while transducer output is in it is a used for conversion of one energy into another energy. So in this subject we will use definition of sensor. So here our definition is A sensor it is device that receives a stimulus. Stimulus means a physical changes or physical quantity, property or condition that we want to sensed. So sensor it is a device that receives a stimulus and responds with an electrical signal. It will always produces an electrical signal. Why electrical signal? Because it can be channeled, it can be amplified, and it can be modified by electronic devices. So it is the advantage of conversion of a stimulus into the electrical signal. So stimulus is quantity which we want to measure, property which we want to measure, or condition that is to be sensed or measured. It is converted into electrical signal. Sometimes this stimulus is also known as measurants. So sensor input is measurand or stimulus, and output is always in is an electrical signal. While transducer it converts energy of one form into another form. And the definition of actuator is a device or mechanism capable of performing a physical action. Means its action is the reverse of the transducer or sensor action. That is, it converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Example is electric motor. So electric motor, how electric motor will work? Information is processed by the computer, and that information or signal is given to electric motor so that it will produces output according to the processed signal. Then we have direct and complex sensors. So what is the difference between these direct and complex sensors? Direct sensor, it converts a stimulus into an electrical signal or modifies an electrical signal by using an appropriate physical effect. Means it converts stimulus into a electrical signal directly. It will need not uh, any other components for generating this electrical signal. And the direct sensors are those that employ such physical effect that make a direct energy conversion into electrical signal generation or modification. So it directly generates electrical signal and directly convert in energy into electrical signal for modification purpose. Examples of these direct sensors are photo effect and CV effect. In photo effect, when uh, light falls on an object that is photosensitive, it will directly convert that photons or light into a corresponding electrical signal. So in this way, direct sensor converts directly any physical change into corresponding electrical changes. Then we may have complex sensor. In addition, these complex sensor in addition needs one or more transducer of energy before a direct sensor. This is our direct sensor. This is an example of complex sensor. Here we have direct sensor, and this complex sensor may need one or more transducer of energy transformation before the direct sensors. So stimulus is firstly given to transducer 1, it will process the signal and converts one form of this energy into E2 energy. Then transducer 2 will convert this E2 energy into E3 form, E3 energy form, and this direct sensor converts that corresponding change in energy into electrical signal. So complex sensor needs extra transducer for working, and this extra transducer is always placed before that direct sensor. So example of such sensor is a chemical sensor. This chemical sensor, how it will work? It have a part which converts the energy of chemical reaction into heat. Exothermic reaction is converted into heat through exothermic reaction, and that heat, and another part, and a thermopile that converts heat into an electrical signal. Then we will use thermopile here it will converts that heat into a corresponding electrical signal. So in this way, this chemical sensor have two parts. Means first is the transducer, which will convert chemical reaction into heat, and then heat is converted into electrical signal by the thermopile. So in this way, a complex sensor uh, have another or different type of transducer before the direct sensors. Thanks for watching.